What is up, guys? Welcome. Stretch. All right. We're going to start with, first of all, happy Thursday. Happy Friday morning. Either way you want to look at it. We're going to start with, this is, what we are looking at here is, this is Brian Drake's Extraction. And this shows July 28th, 2019. Why this is important is because Jen and Brian would have traveled back from being in New York for a trip for like 10 days. And so obviously you have to come back to reality and we have to like do some work. And so Brian's like, texting with whomever, possibly setting up appointments, whatever it is that he may be doing. And I want you guys to take a look at this. This to me is just funny. Like I think there's humor in this, but let me zoom in for a second. Okay. So on 7/28/2019, Diane, Friday would be great, Can I get in maybe see ya? Oh, darn it. I can't do Friday, Brian says. My wife scheduled a camping trip this weekend. Okay. Because, I think they're like Airbnb in their house. That's fine. I'm in Boise till Wednesday. Not sure about next week. We'll try again soon. Okay. So he knows on July 28th that they have this camping trip. Okay. Take a look at this. Just take a look at this. Now, my boy, love you some Paul JACOBSON. Paul JACOBSON, he wants to get in. And so Brian says, okay, I'll let you know tomorrow morning if I can get you in. Well, let's take a look at this. There's Dwayne. Dwayne Fish will come back to him. But here's Brian on 8/1. Ready? This is this is where I get to laugh, okay? I'm so sorry. I have to reschedule tonight's appointment with you to Monday if we can. I just found out I have to leave early tonight. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Brian. Okay? Now, Paul JACOBSON, I'm so sorry I have to reschedule tonight's appointment with you to Monday if we can. See how it's the same thing? I just found out I have to leave early tonight. You guys see that? Like, this person is the same. It's like copycat and paste. Okay? Oh, no worries. I'll be out of town until next week, but we'll reach out, okay? Okay. Thanks. See you then. And they're, thanks. See you then. From okay to thanks, see you then. See you then, meaning next week, right? I'll come back to what's on the bottom of that in a second. Now, you guys saw where that was. That was at 1:51 p.m. Okay. Now, Jennifer Drake, she starts texting her man. Don't mess with my man. I'll be the one to bring it to you. All right. Has the doctor called you yet? No. So from Jennifer, no. I am so, this is to Jennifer Jones, which who gives a shit? We're just going to bypass that. Now, 4:09 p.m. Bring your pillow to go camping, okay? Bring your pillow. From Jennifer. 4:09. 4:29. We picked up some small bundles of wood, but there is a ton of wood. The last 30 minutes of the drive, if you're able to go and take some. 4:30 and 57 seconds. Free wood. It's all fallen. Get your free wood on, you guys. Okay. 432. From Jennifer again. 430, 434. She just, 430. She look at this. 429, 54 seconds. 430 and 57 seconds. 434. Please, Marco, your mom about the doctor. From Jennifer. 528. Brian. I don't know if you'll see this. I have one bar at our campsite. Our campsite number is at the end. Now, just a reminder here. Brian had it in his phone. Reservations at Priest Lake. 2 o'clock coming right on through. Because their life is scheduled. Reservations. Okay? He got it. He got the notification, question everything. Ready? Shit balls. Okay, ready? Next, 5:28 and 36 seconds. So 3 seconds later. Okay. Please stop and buy bug spray and 50 sunscreen. I'll make that bigger. And 50 sunscreen. I had both on the counter in this laundry room. And forgot them. The bugs are bad. Okay. Yeah, 5:28, 33 seconds, 5:28 and 36 seconds. Just shotgun texting here. Okay, ready? This is Brian's text. Okay. 8:29 p.m. 8:29 p.m. Sorry. Very busy afternoon and evening. Brian, no, you didn't. Brian canceled his whole afternoon. Okay, you guys just read. Okay? He just canceled his whole afternoon. He's telling people that he knows, he's telling them, hey, you gotta go camping. So at 1:51, he knew he was canceling his rest of his afternoon, right? So Brian tells Jennifer, sorry, very busy afternoon and evening. Jennifer, within 2 minutes. Did you eat? From Jennifer again. 15 seconds. A minute and 45 seconds later. Did you Marco your mom? Can you while you drive? From Jennifer. It will keep you awake. 8:32 and 49 seconds. 8:33 and 11 seconds. We have burritos here for you and corn crack. I think I have more. There's a bunch of stuff between 4 and 6 guys, but I just didn't think you guys want to see all the between 4 and 6 stuff. How about I just read it for you? It's just ridiculous, but I just realized that I'm missing 4 to 6, and that is just not up to snuff. Let's see. I'll do 8s. Okay. Bring your pillow. We picked up some small bundles of wood, but there is a ton of wood. Okay, I read that, right? Okay, then Shoosh. God, it's so small writing. Have you left yet? Have you left yet? Where the fuck are you, Brian? Get your fucking ass here now. I'm not playing these games with you. Yeah, you are. Which one's this one? I'll have to go back from. Anyways, good evening, late truth seekers. Where are we at here? Oh, here. We have burritos from Jennifer. He has a he has a magnet, so can talk hands free. 8:33:43, 8:33:11, 8:32:49, 8:34:46. Oh, 2. Yes, I can. Jennifer. To Jennifer. I think I'm lost. Trying to figure out where I turned wrong. Might be a little longer than I expected. Dude, she got to a campsite at 2 p.m. with the kids. Set that motherfucker all up, okay? With the kids. He is supposed to be there at, and this bastard has the audacity to now tell me that he got lost. Guys, I think I'm lost. Okay. Then they talk on the phone for then that was at 9:32. I think I'm lost. Trying to figure out where I turned wrong. Might be a little bit longer than I expected. Then they talk at 10:12 for 34 seconds. Then at 10:19 to Jennifer. I went 14 miles the wrong side of lake. Back on track now. Be about 20 to 30 more minutes. The fuck? The fuck is going on? This is a great relationship. And then here, 10:22. How far are you? You guys. So let's just recap this for a second. Where was Brian? Brian, legit canceled his, we saw the text messages. He canceled his patients last minute. He canceled his 5, his 4. Then he called some people. Just wiped out the afternoon, right? So it's not like he can go kick it in Bonner's Ferry and be out in public and then have his, customers see him out and he's supposed to be, with wife and children camping. But where's Brian? Where is Brian? I want to put this in perspective that, so Bonner's Ferry to Priest Lake, it's like an hour 45 to 2 hours, right? That's the distance. I think it's awesome. I think it's also hilarious how she's like, bring a pillow, bring your pillow that you sleep on at Bonner's Ferry on that pull-out couch, okay? So he tells her that it was a long day and afternoon and evening because he's with patients, right? He doesn't get there until, I would probably say, at least 10:40. At least. That means, if you left at 8:40, that's how long it's going to take. That's 2 hours. he told her, like I said, I don't know how I didn't burn off those ones from 4 to 6. He told her that he was on his way at like 7:32. Okay. But let's be honest, where was Brian between 3 and 7 p.m.? More like probably 3 and 8:40 p.m. on 8/1/2019. Brian using passive-aggressive controls triggers on a master manipulator. It's a non-functional power struggle. Well, now you have to ask ourselves, the question is this. Do you believe that do you think that she bought this? Okay. Is Brian horrible with directions? I went the wrong way? Like, motherfucker, why don't you use your navigation? Why do you have your locations off? Why don't you use your navigation? It's fucking 2019. Like if you really think that anybody would believe this, like I just got to the park. I got here at 2. Like you're supposed to be here when? But let's also think, why the hell are they even camping? You would think it's supposed to be for like a fun family trip. Well, they're camping because they Airbnb'd their house out. Okay? So, also, I have a question. Why are Brian and Sugar Tits always going on vacations and those kids are never going anywhere? Hey guys, we're going to take you camping. You guys just went to California, New York, Florida, Chicago, South Carolina, fucking. I guess it is expensive to take 4 kids on vacay. But so, anyways, going back to this. Well, what if I told you that I think Brian could sell it, that he took a lot of patience that day, because then we bring into play, let's see, this one? Is this one? No, it's not this one. Got so many things over here. Maybe it's on the last page. Oh, it's one of these fucking pages over here. Well, Brian got $10,000 from his friend to go on that trip, and he didn't tell his wife that he got all $10,000. He only told his wife that he got $6,000. So then he kept $4,000. So then he could just call off, I guess, the rest of the day, not see his patients, but not go and see Jen. And you guys can think that it's a game. It's not a game. Brian, legit was with somebody else. This isn't a game. Okay? Brian's doing something else. He lied to her and told her that he was seeing patients till 7:30. Okay? It's on a Thursday. That's his busy day out there in Bonner's Ferry. So, no, he didn't. He canceled his patients. All right, I just showed you that. And no, this isn't a game. This motherfucker went and did something else. So it's not a game. It's not a game. But they just got back from vacation. And he goes somewhere else. And he can't be seen in public, because if he's seen in public, Bonner's very small, but the odds that Brian has, he gets his leg bashed and he gets his back broken, he gets shot perfectly, dies drowning in his own blood. That's what happened. So just like she says, he doesn't drink. She knows that he drinks. I have so many pictures of them drinking. Bitch gets drunk too. No, but so this is going to cause a fight, right? Or no? Because when he shows up, he has the spare cash on him to make up for, like, here. Oh yeah, here I made I made $600. Like, I couldn't turn these people away, so he just like takes $600 out of the 4,000 that she doesn't know about, and gives her that. And he was just off doing what? So, I think it's possible he's hooked on pain pills and nods out occasionally, or was needing to grab some before going. Just speculation. Yeah, I thought about the whole like, all right, where's this dude? Who's this dude gonna go hang out with, and get fucked up? And then you get fucked up, and then you're gonna drive to Priest Lake like 2 hours. So paying for half a hall pass as a result. So, I think everybody should just let it seep through that. Now let's take out Jennifer. Okay, let's take out Jennifer. You haven't seen your kids in how fucking long? Okay, you haven't seen your kids. Okay, and you clearly have this on your schedule. You cancel, like, you're supposed to not take patients, and even if you took patients till 5, you fucker, you would have been there at 7. If you leave at 5 or 5:30, you're there at 7:30, right? You show up at 10:40. I mean, I'm telling you, like, they're still texting and he's not there. Like, what the fuck? Like, I have an issue with that, like, with the kids. And then, Jen's going to find out about this. I'm telling you, she's going to find out about it. How do you know, Anna? Because that bitch is a sleuth. She called herself one, okay? That's how I know. Nobody calls himself a sleuth. Like, who even knew how to say that? Like, she's over here calling herself a sleuth. She's like, will you just help me, sleuth? That's what she's writing to her friends back when she was getting scammed on Craigslist. I don't know, maybe. So I think the part that really, like, I didn't like to see is that Brian wasn't there for his kids. Like, he clearly didn't have patience. It's 2 hours, and he doesn't have to hide drinking. You guys, they drank the whole time on that trip that they just were on. She asks him to buy alcohol. She buys him alcohol. She buys their whole house alcohol. Don't you think that this is called motive, motherfucker? Like, a woman tells the police that, oh my God, we don't have any secrets. Oh my God, everything is great. Like, oh my God, if something happened to a patient, would he tell me? Like, yeah, like, or even if it would just be, he forgot, but he would never, like, hide anything from me. He's not only is he, I mean, but then I said, okay, well, then Jennifer Drake is running 72-year-old background checks on men. You guys think I'm joking? There you go. Cloth. This is the guy who said that, oh my God, I found kitty porn on his laptop. But yet she takes $1,000 from him and they're friends on Facebook. Just out of this world. Out of your mind, girl. Get out of your mind. What else? Oh. Do you guys know anything about this product? Yeah. Jennifer Drake ran a background check on a 72-year-old that they were friends with, Klaus Haas. This is in 2019. So after she took the money, or before she took the money, she's running background checks on this man, 72-year-old, who she claims is a pedophile, basically, and has kitty porn on his laptop or something like that, but doesn't report him to the police. And instead tells Brian to say, you need to stay away from our house or some bullshit like that. Like, fuck out of here. Have you guys ever seen this product? Anybody know about this product? Anybody in chat? Anybody? Anybody? Where's my MLMers? Is this an MLM? Is it something you sell? You just buy it? It's a recycling company? I'm just asking you guys. It's not an MLM? Oh, that's good to know. Whew. God forbid, you'd be screwed. No, perfect. They were always on video calls doing MLM should look like. I don't know. Maybe doing Jesus stuff. Hold on, I have to find a very important piece of paper. Oh, okay. So Brian had to take an ambulance. I don't know if you guys know that. Brian had to take an ambulance. And this was back when he was at his office in Bonners Ferry, and he allegedly threw his back out. Okay. He threw his back out. And so he texts the guy that he gets his steroids from and his other, whatever pills he gets, right? And he's like, oh man, I can't move. He's like, do you want me to come help you or something? And so this guy who has, the guy that would put the stuff in his car and say, oh, there's a cop at your car. That dude. And so he comes and him and I think it was his wife help Brian make it to the Boundary County Hospital. And then Brian has to be transferred from the Boundary County Hospital to I don't know, Bonner County or and then from there to Cooney County, just moving him along. Okay. I thought these were breath mints. They're respiratory drugs. Well, no, the reason I ask is because they have the deep blue, and that was in all the offices, but they'd buy it by the liter, the rub, deep blue rub. Anyways, I was just curious if the company that made this, I don't know if it smelled good. And so Brian had to get an ambulance, all right? Now, have you guys ever had to fill out paperwork so that you could try to get your ambulance for free. Have you guys ever done that? Okay. This was filled out 10/2019. That's October 2019. Now, Jennifer would have started receiving her $540 per person payments on 9/28, and so she's just, But she decides to fill out paperwork to try to get her ambulance paid. And it says, was charity care granted by the receiving medical facility? Please attach documentation of charity care decision by the receiving medical facility. You just have to fill out all this crap, right? I never knew that this existed, that you can try to go and fill out paperwork and to try to say that, hey, I think that I should not have to pay for this ambulance, right? Which, hey, if you qualify to have that, sure, yeah. You have to fill out this paperwork. It asks you things like, who's your employer, employment date, wages, all this type of shit, okay? She just decides not to fill any of that out. After ambulance, Brian went in for his spinal surgery and has been out of work for 6 weeks. That's it. We're not going to give you any information about anything else, but we would like you to we don't want to pay for this ambulance ride. I don't know how that worked out. Meanwhile, she's just getting $500 a pop from the Good Samaritan people, the share thing. Now, call me crazy. Okay, I just have a question. If you're asking for people to, comp you on your ambulance, this is October 2019. Would you probably say money is not your Airbnb in your house? You're asking for charity for not to pay ambulance bills. I mean, what the fuck what's Brian doing with all of his money that he's making? How are you asking for your ambulance to be paid for, but then at the same time you are contracting to have built a fucking huge ass, a water structure in your backyard? What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, I fucking couldn't believe it either. I want you guys to tell me how much you think this costs. Where's this water structure at? God damn this water structure. Let me just pull it up here. Every time I talk about this case, it just gives me EBGBs. Ooh. Oh, come on. I have to have one. Maybe I don't. Oh. Oh, not that one. Where is this place located, guys? Is that in California? I'm a medic. What about an ambulance? How do you go about getting your ambulance paid for by charity? How do you go about that? Just pay my way fees. Fees in the chat. Let me see. No. Oh, okay. Is that Central Valley? Well, Jen is just on it because she wants to report any suspicious activity. She is like, leave non-emergency crime tips on voicemail recording, report a problem or non-emergency crime using our online reporting tool. What would you say is a, how do you report a problem or non-emergency crime? So is that like property crime, non-emergency? But why do you care about this area? Were you trying to report this man, Jen, Sacramento, California? Were you trying to report him? Oh, shit, girl. I'm so slap happy tonight. I really want to show you guys this water structure, or whatever the hell it is, whatever you want to call it. It's a damn... Come on, where's a picture of it? I'll pull up her Airbnb. It's in the backyard of the fucking house. Pull up that Airbnb. I'll pull up that Airbnb. Is it in Sacramento? I knew it. She reported this man. I think she reported him. If that's what that is, she reported him. Back to back. And then she takes $1,000 from him. She's friends with him on Facebook and she reported for being a predator. That's what I think. I think this is so fucked up. It's a bit south of there. Yeah, sure. Let's pull up this Airbnb. Let's go stay at Airbnb. Airbnb. Where? Oasis. I'll just fucking do that. That sounds great. Sure. I probably should have put something else. My luck, it's not even on here anymore. Sorry, I downloaded the whole fucking thing. I don't know which one it is, but fuck shit, just pick a damn fixture that's outside. It's like a outdoor fireplace with, I don't know. Seems like there'd be some water feature in there. Anyways, it's all brick. It's got to be some money, right? It's not going to be free. So over here, she's asking for all of these, donations, and everyone's paying all of her bills. And then she's building this feature outside. And I believe this is when she told people that, I think this is the time that a guy couldn't pay for his chiropractic surgeries, or not surgeries, his chiropractic care. So he built this water feature, or this outdoor, what do you call it? Fucking monstrosity. I'm just gonna pull it up. Give me a second here. I can't. I have to get it. Now I'll be pissed. I'm prepared, man. I'm prepared. Better get prepared. I was too busy looking up Eldora's vehicles of choice in her life. Eldora's gonna be shitting her pants, man. Fuck, I would hate to be Eldora right now. Thousands of dollars, right? So she's saying that it was a trade. Okay. I mean, there is no, you would get free care for the rest of your life, but then the bastard dies. So I just built this monstrosity, and then he's dead. And now I can't even I don't get any of my, what do I get? It's like, well, someone's gonna take. Sorry. Oh, shit. You bitch. Okay. We're golden. Here she comes. Bring it on up. There we go. Thank you. This monstrosity. It's fucking huge. And I know it had to cost some cheddar. It's all brick. And I'm just like, dude, I want to know who built this. What do you want to trade for? I'll make you a documentary. I'll make you a video. You can build me one of these. Okay, I got it. So when I show this to you guys, one of you guys will know how much it costs, right? Otherwise, you're fired. Otherwise, you are fired. Here we go. Okay. Let me share the screen for you guys. Oh. There you go. How much? How much you think? It's not done. I mean, eventually gets done. There's a water feature with it. It's like goes next to it. Does anybody have a what would you call this? God, wait, do you really think it's at least 15,000? It's a monstrosity. A fire. Like, let me see something here. Oh, I see. I swear I just Airbnb'd the place, so I just was there. I swear I took better pictures when I was there. Let me see. Jen gave me a discount. She loves me. Oh wait, there we go. I'm surprised that Jen didn't give me a discount for my Airbnb. She didn't pay full price, and I had to pay for a cleaning lady. I just told her I would clean the place myself. Ah, shit. Told you guys. Okay. Here we go. Save the clock tower. Save the clock tower. Oh, I can't. I'm mad that I did not take better. I should have taken poses by it when I was there. Mad at myself. What the fuck was I thinking? Not taking poses by this. I hope she runs to me again. Such bullshit. I don't see it. Hold on, I'm pulling it back up. Okay, there. So this was the other thing. There was a couple of them. And then add this with it. You guys, she is building this ridiculous like backyard, these fixtures, and then writing in that she wants, can you please pay for my ambulance? I don't know what it is, guys. I just made a wish, okay? I threw some money in there. I made some wishes, okay? It's a nice little pond. I mean, I don't know. Where is this again? This is Jennifer Drake's backyard. This is what they were spending all their time doing. I swear this stuff is expensive. to have somebody come in and put this stuff in, and then you built that whole, like I said, monstrosity thing, like, I don't know, fireplace. It's a fucking fireplace, I think. You paid a fee LO to the water park. I would think it would cost more to make that in California than in other states. Well, this is in Idaho. So anyways, so I'm over here just scratching my head and I'm like, what's going on? Like, Jennifer's calling up for mortgage assistance. Okay. Ambulance coverage. Getting other people, I guess, well, you're paying into that whole thing. So you have that, whatever that Samaritan Ministries, basically that's the kind of coverage you have. I get it. Like, you're self-employed, so you probably got to do stuff like that. Awesome. Great. But I just can't imagine building all of this stuff. Well, but according to Jennifer, all of this stuff was built because somebody could not afford chiropractic care. What? There's no fucking way. This is cost way more than your chiropractic care. You guys, stone's expensive. Anyways, so I was just looking at all these dates and I was just like, what is this? Like, what's going on here? Let's see. It's highly suspicious, baby. What else? Oh, well, I'll leave my boom for the end here. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. Do you guys think, what are the odds? You guys, I just have a question to ask you. What are the odds that you and your spouse literally in a 1 month period that both of y'all get locked out of your separate cars? What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that you get locked out of your car and they get locked out of their car? What are the odds of that happening in a 1 month period of each other? In this day and age with like key fobs and Luna says it's 1 in 100,000 of odds. How do you lock the door if your keys? I'm asking because I said to myself, there's no fucking way. Like, this is a family that just has the worst luck ever. Right? You guys, I'm being serious. Here. Brian's was way more expensive. There you go. Ready? Bring it on in, Hector. Hector, get your ass over here. Hector, what are you doing? Thank you, Hector. You guys. I'm not making this up. Like, I'm not making this up at all. Country lock and key. Regular lockout, $55. Thank you. $55. Wait, I swear this just happened to Brian. Oh, it did. His happened allegedly in October and hers happened in November. And I'm just like, the fuck? The fuck? It's when I I said to myself, I mean, I just don't even think that's possible. All right, next question for you guys. Now, somebody that's asking for assistance with their mortgage and asking for assistance with ambulances and bills and all that good stuff. Okay. Do you think that yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, perfect. All right. So if you're asking for mortgage assistance and you're asking for assistance with just every fucking thing, would you buy a timeshare? Would you buy a timeshare? Would you buy a timeshare? You gotta be shitting me. So none of you guys would buy a timeshare? That'd be a hard pass. So I want to show you guys something. I want you guys to be the judge of this. Just fuck rich. All right. Okay. Here we go. That looks good. Oh, nope. This is better. Pretty little flowers here, pretty little flowers there. Okay, perfect. Now, let's take a look at this. I'm just doing some digging. And I said, I think this is really strange. I just want to know your guys' opinion. If I would ever do this. Payment center. 28 minutes on the phone? No way. I'm going to show you guys something. I want you to tell me how this is possible. I want to call 1-800-1888. Oh, wait. 1-888. Is 645? Yeah. 645. 2652.
Welcome to the Silverleaf Resorts Payment Center. You can pay your bill using your checking account or your Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express card. To make a payment, you will need your account number and the PIN. These numbers appear at the top of your statement. For a mortgage or vacation contract payment, press 1. For association dues payment, press 2. For a mortgage, please enter the account number with numerical values only, no letters, and then press the... I'm sorry, I did not understand you.
Okay, let's see if I press. I want to see if I press.
Resorts Payment Center. You can pay your bill using your checking account, or to make a payment, you will need your account number and the PIN. These numbers appear at the top of your statement for a mortgage or a
So I've tried to like press like 0. I've tried to press like C1. Okay, yeah. I've tried to press 0 to see if I could be able to speak to a representative, and I can't. Okay. So how in the world do you talk on the phone for 28 minutes and 29 seconds to a payment center where you are fucking putting in your account, your number, like your account number, then your however you're going to pay, and then it processes? How in the world that you cannot talk on the phone to them? I tried to press 0. I sat there and I was like, this doesn't fucking make sense. How can I be on the phone for 28 minutes and 29 seconds? When I just got off the phone with them for 2 minutes and 54 seconds. It's because did I get a little idea in my head where I was like, oh, fuck, I can use this to make a call to somebody that I want a 3-way. Oh, call someone else and pretend it's a 3-way? That's what I would think. But you're not on the phone for this long. It's impossible. It's impossible. So, see? 28 minutes and 29 seconds. Unfucking believable. It keeps turning down your payment. There's no way you're going to be on the phone for 28 minutes doing that. I disagree. Yeah. So all in total there was like 31 minutes. Okay, and actually, hold on. I think I can prove that something was up. Oh, fuck yeah. This has to be wrong. Look at this. How can you be on the phone with them for 28 minutes and 29 seconds? 1540. That would have taken you to the 1608 mark. And you were able to make this call at the 1553 mark. Trifling. Just trifling. Just straight trifling. Very scandalous. You know what I think is interesting is when you call the Hayden Family Foot and Ankle Clinic 2 months before your husband's leg gets bashed in. What is Silverleaf Resorts? You guys ever go there? You guys ever have a timeshare through there? Yeah. All strange behavior. Very strange to me. Just fucking out there. Do you know how many times their dog got out? Every fucking day. Every day. Every day their dog's on the loose. And then Jen finally had enough and said, I'm calling right now. I'm calling the pet microchipping. I'm getting our pet microchipped. That's what Jen was doing. On 310. First thing in the morning. You guys remember. that video she made. Well, let me just make sure that you guys are clear that she was before you guys saw that video. Jen was calling the pet microchipping place at 903, 908, 9, and then called at 9:30 her Sell My Timeshare Now number. And then she had to call Laura, her church sister, and make sure that she got that Marco. It's another day in the life. Boy, she had a full day. And then at night on 310, I have to break into my husband's phone. And guess what Brian did? Brian on 3/7/2022. So 5 days before his murder, Brian screen recorded his phone so that and he showed all of his apps on a screen record. Have you guys ever done that? Silverleaf Resorts has learned that so-called relief, rescue, or advocacy operations are soliciting timeshare owners to participate in their programs. So I don't know if you guys, are you guys Samsung users? I mean, was Jen on the phone demanding that you're going to screen record your apps, Brian, and you're going to send them to me right now? Excuse me? Yeah, I want to see what apps you have on your phone right now, Brian. Do you hear me? I'm about to get my period, and you know how I get when I get on my period, Brian. So I'm curious. 5 days before his murder, Brian's screen recording his apps. His apps. Fuck out of here. I'm editing a video for some of that. Let's see how, I think I have it. I think I have this video. I had to go deep in the cut. Wait, what's this? So if you guys know, if you guys are Samsung users out there, I'm just curious. See, Tuesday, March 3rd, 7:40, 39 degrees out. Safe browser. The fuck out of here. You guys know what this is? Let me see. Let's see. Let's see if you guys know what any of these apps are. Oh. Life 360, baby. Marco Polo beach balling it. Why was there an app named Jen? It's this folder. I think it's like a it's one of those. Right. Let me flip back. See Chomp, that's a right there. Hidden messages. I don't know. I have no idea. But y'all, I mean, who would do this, right? Who would do this? Who would do this? Why would you screen record all of your apps? Does he think that someone's going to delete them and he wants people to know that they're there? Or is he having to send them to somebody? Jimmy, I want to know what app's on your phone right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Brain, what are you doing? Someone that's collecting evidence? I mean, the trust was gone in the relationship. So do you not think that this is, what I'm trying to paint here is either, like this is, I mean, it's one thing that your husband changed his passcode so that you couldn't get into the phone. It's another thing that he wanted to prove that it was you getting in. Who do you need to prove that to? Who is he going to provide that to? You know, so is he trying to prove that like he doesn't, I mean, Jen, you're the only person I text. Jen in a folder. I wish we could see that. Ooh la la. Usually before divorce, they'll try to prove what's going on to the divorce lawyer. Exactly. That's exactly what it looks like to me. It looks like they are building a case. Looks like they are building like, dude, this broad is nuts. She breaks into my phone. And before I had to put this password on it, she was going in there. She was messaging people. She was trying to mess up stuff with my work, like my, or she's trying to get in, like I have all my patient files, like who knows, okay? But like, you're not putting a hidden app to take your picture. Like you don't need to prove, why do you need to prove to yourself who's getting into your phone? You know who's getting into your phone. No matter what's in there, the issue is there, even if there's nothing to see. That looks like a texting app or something. I'm over here just like, all right. $48 before he's murdered, Jen is caught trying to break into his phone and is unsuccessful 5 fucking times. Now you better keep that phone away from him because I think your phone locks up for like 30 minutes, 15 minutes. If you put in so many wrong passwords, doesn't your phone automatically lock for a little bit? Deep blue is for hand. It's hand like sanitizer lotion, whatever. So those of you guys that I don't have a Samsung, please don't make me go buy one. What's the deal? If somebody use their phone right now and fuck up 5 times, then what happens? Put in 5 different passcodes though. Does it lock you up for how long? So you want to sit here and tell me the police didn't see like the police weren't like, dude, who? Maybe they didn't realize it was Jennifer Drake, but it was somebody breaking in his phone, right? I mean, do we have Nicholas G doing the extractions over here? bottom line is there was one person that has this motive that I see building and building and building, this tension. Okay. And I said, Brian must have horrible luck, because you want me to believe that Brian gets his leg bashed in a month before he has a perfectly shot like bullet through a closed blind window that pierces, and like basically you're going to be donezo to the point that you're not even going to be able to call 911. Like, and then before that, you have your back surgery. I mean, you want to talk about some luck? That is flat out like, and he's praying to the Lord every day, 5 times a day, you know? Wow. Or so at the same time that Brian's hiding his locations in Life 360 and Google, he always has his locations turned off, unless he's in Hayden. He's keeping his wife out of his phone and taking pictures. You're telling me that there's somebody else that has that, like, Brian's not hiding from anybody else. He doesn't share his locations with anybody else. So then how does Jen recruit Eldora? How does Jen get Eldora on board? Do you want to know what Brian's nickname for Eldora was? Troublemaker. Hey, Troublemaker. Hey, Troublemaker. It was like a joke. Why didn't he name his attacker with the crowbar? Well, you want me to tell you how I think that played out? How I think that played out is, so if I think that you're cheating on me, okay, I'm going to beat your ass, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have somebody else beat your ass. Then I'm going to see if you tell me that you got your ass beat, or are you going to tell me that you slipped and fell? That's how I'm going to be able to tell if you're cheating on me. Okay? Because you're not going to tell me that you got your ass beat. Because I'm going to be like, what do you mean you got your ass beat? Who the fuck would beat you up? Why would anybody beat you up? But then all like the red flags would go off, right? Because you're only going to get beat up if you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. So could it so happen that Jennifer Drake had her husband beat up, then to see if Brian would say anything about it, or how he would say something? And what he said, and you said, oh my God, that's diabolical, right? But let me explain this to you. We're dealing with Jennifer Drake here. And Jennifer Drake would need, let's see, I can't catch Brian or whatever he's doing. Like, I'm with the kids or whatever. Like, if I want to be able to catch this motherfucker, you know, but if he was to get beat up, and what does Brian do? He says he has a slip and fall. He says he slipped and fell. And then you would know Jen's like, oh my God, this lying bastard. But he can't tell her that he can't tell her that he got beat up, because then he has to say like why he would get beat up. So here, Jen just answered her own question, because why in the world would Brian lie and not tell his wife, like, oh my fucking God, this fucking dude, this dude came out of nowhere and started fucking going crazy. And I don't know if he thought I was a different person. I don't know what, like, no, I just slipped and fell. So did she just mind fuck him so bad that he's like, he can't even bring it up because she's gonna know, like, because he's thinking over here that the person that beat him up was the person that he's cheating on her with. But that's how fucking crazy these motherfuckers are. Okay, nobody believed that he slipped and fell. I would love to talk to I think if I was Dan Moore, I'd be subpoenaing his doctor and have his doctor come take the stand. So these you treated Dr. Brian Drake, right? Were those consistent with slipping and falling on the ice? What? No. Like, I don't know. Maybe he'll say yeah. Oh, and by the way, I just took Jennifer Drake down rabbit hole heaven. Jen, we all know that that's a picture of your dad's lung surgery. Come on now. Chef's kiss, baby. It's weird. You like to take pictures of scars, Jennifer, but you didn't take a picture of Brian's 3-inch back surgery. So the attacker would be a woman's mistress, husband, right? Wouldn't Brian then tell the woman he's cheating with, or are there many women? I don't know. I think Brian did exactly what he did. He said he slipped and fell on the ice. But I don't think that Brian obviously knew that he didn't slip on the ice. And I think that he realized, I think he caught Jen being behind that. If my hunch is right, because what are the odds that the person that wouldn't beat his ass on February 4th wouldn't have anything to do with him being shot on March 12th? What are those odds? Like I said, just whoop. Wait, that was her dad, not Brian, correct? Yeah. There's nothing being thrown out. That's still hanging over his head. That was dismissed without prejudice. They could tomorrow go and arrest Dan Moore for the murder. That's why when someone says that this is dismissed without prejudice, no, you need your shit dismissed with prejudice. And nobody should live with something hanging over their head. Like, same thing like it would be with Karen Reed. Karen Reed would be when they want to bring charges on her, and obviously they did again. But it's ridiculous. Someone has to write a book, Lana. What's going on? Twiz, what's up, mofo? Shake it. Oh, yeah, ruined his reputation. Yeah. And she's out there telling people, like, well, we all know who did it. We just need more evidence. Well, why would you need more evidence? Don't you have enough evidence? Well, I can tell you, all the evidence points to motherfucking you guys. So anyways, back to Eldora being, she got the label as troublemaker. So I thought to myself, what in the actual fuck? Why would Brian how would Eldora have the name troublemaker as a joke, you know? Oh, you little troublemaker, you. And then that dawned on me. And I said, oh shit. Oh shit. I said, you know what? I said, I'll tell you how you get the name troublemaker. When you come between somebody's relationship, but not on purpose. So for example, let's say that, we'll just use the name Twiz. Let's say that I'm married to Twiz. Woohoo, Twiz. And Twiz is supposed to be at work, getting them patients in, you know? And we have, we'll just say Karen over here. Karen, she's a friend of mine and Twiz's. And Karen's just a little social butterfly. And she likes to just, drive around. We'll just try to pop in at different days and just be like, oh, hi, Twiz, how are you? I was just in the area that I would stop by, you know, I brought you some fruits and vegetables, something like that, right? And here, Karen came by a couple times of Twiz's office, and Twiz wasn't there. And it was like, 2 and 3 and 1 and 10, at these hours of like business. And what does Karen do? Karen, okay, texts me and says, "Oh, hey, Lana. How are you? I haven't talked to you in a while. I went by Twiz's office. He wasn't there, so I have fruits and vegetables, or whatever. I left them on the picnic table. If you could tell him. Last week I went by too, and I missed him last week as well." And I'm over here like, the fuck? What do you mean you were just there? He's supposed to be having like these patients. And so then what do? I'm like, Brian or Twiz, but see the way that little Missy works is, I think the first time she told, I would say to Twiz, Karen just called me. She said she came by. You weren't there. Like, where were you? Like, tell me you're not. Like, you say you have a full schedule. Like, what's going on? I was at lunch. It's a little late to be having lunch. You know what I mean? And then there's that name of like troublemaker. Like, then Brian says, "Oh, you got me in trouble. You got me in trouble." That's how you would get like that troublemaker. Like, as like a joke, but like, bitch, you really did get me in trouble. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Come around here and you don't see me in my office and running and being like, "Oh, hey, I must have missed him at the office." Like, what? But that's where it'd be like, "You little troublemaker, you're causing trouble." And so here, and maybe even Brian told Eldora, like, when they would have had that talk. But then again, remember, Jennifer Drake only cares about appearance. Like, we could be fucking misery at home, but when we're out in front of everybody, life is great. Do you understand me, Twiz? You better understand that life, Twiz. You better get there. Like, we're gonna act a certain way. At home, we're just wringing each other's necks. But because to Jennifer Drake, image is everything. She's always trying to keep with the Joneses. So what's the one thing? Because Jennifer's been dealing with this. She dealt with it in Austin. Okay, Brian's over there telling girls that they have the best ass and pulling on their hair like pigtails and like slapping their asses, and fucker caught a lawsuit. Brian Drake caught a lawsuit. And so what would make this time any different, right? What would be different? And I think it would be Brian saying he was done, right? If Brian's like, "I'm done," like, what if Brian said he was done? Because Jennifer can't say she's done, because she just rather I'm just going to be in control of this man and make this, but if Brian says, "I'm done," what's Jennifer like? Wait, what? You think you're leaving me? Can you imagine if she was going to have to tell everybody that Brian divorced her? First of all, she doesn't believe in divorce. That doesn't fly with the Christians, okay? I am not sold on the fact that Brian knew that there was life insurance on him. I'm still looking into that avenue, because I have no idea why Jennifer Drake would have Brian's ID on her phone, taking pictures of your husband's driver's license. So you can do what? Scan it in and send it in with his insurance forms that you're filling out. Telling Brian that you just have to get blood work and do all that stuff because what? Probably for your guys' Good Samaritan bullshit. Because I want to know if you guys got the life insurance and the Samaritan ministry shit all at the same time, and that you're just telling Brian that it's all for that. You know? I don't know who the fuck only gets a policy on themselves, like one person. And it's just like not obvious, but that's what a fucking cheap ass you are, Jennifer. Fucking biggest cheap ass I've ever fucking seen. How much did she get? She got $1 million. She tried to get $1.25 million, but they only insured for $1 million, and she got it. She got it in 3 weeks. Fastest $1 million I've ever seen given out ever. So then I thought about it, and thought about it, and thought about it. And I said, why would Eldora like get involved in this shit? Like, what the fuck, Eldora? You know, unless you need half of that mill, but then like, Jen, you trust Eldora, like, or are you gonna have to like set Eldora up? You know what I mean? Did you tell her that he was doing things like? What did you tell Eldora? Did you lie to her? Was Brian banging Eldora's niece? The niece is 38, by the way. I mean, why the hell would you bring your whole damn family to a place to kill a man? You would never do that, right? I mean, but fuck, I don't know. Those are the people that you trust, though. You know that they ain't turning on you. Also, if they get divorced, if Brian leaves her, guess what? That life insurance policy, you only got so much time to cash in on that. But the ultimate thing for Jennifer Drake would be a divorce. Like, there's no way that, oh my God, what do you mean Brian's going to leave me? Well, if Brian found out that you beat the fuck out of him and had somebody do that, or maybe you were there. But I think it'd be more beneficial for Jennifer not to be there and to just keep on taking pictures and making it seem like she's somewhere else and not even, blah, 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 blah. But Jennifer Drake only cares about a parent. Like, she just cares about, everything's about, so if Brian wanted out and was going to leave, that to me would be the ultimate, like, no way, that can't happen because he can't leave me. Like, if Brian leaves me, then like everyone's gonna be like, why'd Brian leave you? And then I'm gonna go around and tell people that, I guess I can just make up some more stories. Also, let's just be real. If Jennifer Drake called 911 from her Hayden home, why isn't the 911 call on her cell phone registered at the Kootenai County Dispatch? Why is just none of that able to be found and had? Again, talk about just bad luck for Brian. Not only does he get shot perfectly, right? But then these fucking cops don't think it's a problem that the person that he was on the phone with, like, if Brian had his phone right there, I need to call the police. That's why I don't think Brian was able to do anything with his phone, because he knew that girl was up to shit. You think he was going to trust her to call 911? Stay on the phone with me, honey. I'm calling right now. Just stay on the fuck no. He has her blocked from his phone and taking photos of her. So then you have to throw that out there. Like, no, that's not. So how would you, if you were on the jury and this was a civil case that you had to listen in on. And they're going to bring in this story out that Dan Moore killed Brian Drake because Brian Drake was stealing patients. Brian Drake was hiding money from his own wife. Brian Drake was canceling his patients last minute every other day. Dan Moore's receivables, like 3-4 times what Brian Drake would do in a year. Like, you're never going to be able to sell that. That's not a motive to kill. Also, how are you going to prove that Dan Moore knew Brian Drake's setup in the office? And then just red flag and Eldora over here. Oh yeah, we were there. It was the weirdest thing that day. The blinds were just open, and then like when he took his phone call, he sat right there in that stool with his back to the window. Eldora just fucking girl. You're dealing with juvenile police officers. Otherwise, your ass would have been cuffed day one. Fucking crazy out there. So Paul Jacobson was the second to last patient. Paul Jacobson's a good ass dude. All right. Me and Paul talked. And you know that Eldora Gatchel tried to like blame Paul Jacobson. She was blaming everybody. All right. But Paul Jacobson gave me a nut of a lifetime. Okay. And I want you guys to hear this. And then I'll show you guys what I found. But I have no idea how a jury, without any evidence, is possibly going to say that Dan Moore's guilty. Well, he confessed to it. He confessed, Lana. But Lana, he confessed to it. Sure did, after he asked for a lawyer 8 or 9 times. Here we go. Let's see. I want you guys to hear this. Okay, so Paul says,
All right, today is March 17th, 2020 by my watch. It is 16:12. I am Idaho State Police Detective Richard Alderson. With me,
Detective Leslie Lehman.
Paul Allen Jacobson.
So, do you mind if I call you Paul?
Oh,
Okay.
this and stuff. And I couldn't hear any talking in there. Usually I can hear him talking because he's a really social guy. Like he's always asking how you're doing and
Right.
BSing with you, and he's a super nice guy. I really like the guy. And so I thought that was weird that I didn't hear him talking, because I always hear it's just a little paper thin door, and you can usually hear it. And so that lady left, and then he called me in there like normal, and yeah, he asked me how my back was and stuff, and it was he broke his leg. He slipped and fell and broke his leg. The same day I slipped and fell and messed my back up on the ice, which was weird. And so we've been trying to get it fixed. And
that's super weird.
And so he worked on me, and I got out of there probably left her 6. And then there was a lady, a dark complexion lady, like Hawaiian or something, sitting on a couch as you go out the door, the couch is right across from the door, and she kind of waved, kind of weird like, and there was a dude like playing like a little like ukulele like guitar like thing like, and he was dark complected too, and he wasn't a very big guy, and I didn't really think much of it. And I was walked out the door, and then I called my buddy Patrick Atkins when I got my pickup, and I just drove home, and he called me probably about the time I got home, and we talked probably a little after I got home.
And the cell phone you're referring to using, is it the one that we've been calling on, sir?
Yeah,
That's the
the number
number.
I have. 208.
Hold on a second.
The other's on the way home though. Usually he doesn't.
For the sake of the recording, Zay's phone call was at 5:46 and looks to be 8 minutes long. And you say you were in the lobby waiting when you called that one. And then Patrick Atkins, you had an outgoing call at 6:18.
Yep.
And it didn't look like it went through, but at 7:02 you had an inbound call from Bones, as it says, Patrick Atkins, that was 27 minutes in duration.
Yeah.
Okay.
We usually talk for a while.
And that 27-minute long conversation was at your house?
Yeah, I'm sure I was home by then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that.
Okay. And how far is it from Dr. Drake's office to your house?
It usually takes about 15 minutes to go from my house over to Gray, whatever you want to
Is
call
that
it.
registered to you?
To my company, yeah.
Who's your company?
Jacobson.
Um,
It was an SUV, I'm pretty sure.
All right, here. Listen to this.
No, there was when I backed up, and I kind of backed into the little drive-through that the coffee shop has now. Like I backed in there, and there was a lady who looked like it'd be a daughter or something pulling into the entrance to go back there when I was pulling out.
okay.
Because they kind of pulled off behind Far North Outfitters over behind their back door there, and I pulled up this way.
Okay.
Boom. So right there, Paul Jacobson says that as he is getting in his vehicle, okay, to leave, he sees a woman that could look like it could be her daughter, talking about Eldora's daughter, that was coming in an SUV. Okay. I fucking said, I gotta prove this. And sure as shit, I'm proving it. Let me introduce you to Eldora Gatchel and her motherfucking lies. Here you go. So right there. Oh, I'll finish out just for a
I
second.
don't know what kind of rig they were.
Okay.
And
Um,
it was an SUV, I'm pretty sure.
what kind of clothing were you wearing that night, sir?
Like, you don't ask. Okay, this is what pisses me off about this. So this is a very important part. Because when Eldora Gatchel and those idiots get interviewed all together, Eldora's like, oh yeah, no, my niece didn't come. She wasn't feeling well, so she stayed back. Okay? Paul Jacobson just told you that somebody was pulling in there and coming in, and it was like everyone's going slow right there. And it was, yeah, like, I don't know, it looked like it could be like her daughter, like in a different, like, so in an SUV. Oh, I can't remember like the color, but it was an SUV. Well, so what do? I said, I think I found it. I know I found it actually. So what I did here is I asked, when I talked to Paul, I said, hey, I want to send you a couple pictures. I want you to tell me if this is your truck. I just need to know if this is your truck. And so I sent it, and he's like, oh yeah. He's like, yep, that's it. I was like, okay, boom. Perfect. And so let's see. Now, The cops never asked Paul for a picture of his truck. What they did is they went outside and took pictures of his truck. Now, let me tell you how they treated Eldora Gatchel when they interviewed her. They didn't ask her for shit. They didn't ask her what kind of car she was in. They didn't ask her a damn thing. Then all the way in June comes. In June, Leslie Lehman, that's the woman's voice that you hear. In June, Leslie of 2020, murder was in March, says, oh, hey, can you send us a picture of the vehicle that you were driving that night? Okay. No, Leslie, go fucking sit and spin. Here you go. There you go. Okay. So they sit outside, take this picture. Paul Jacobson doesn't know that they do it. Right? They don't. They do it. Now, see that picture? Now, this is what I do. I then say, I'm going to show you guys exactly what happened. Just go like this. These inept to the utmost police officers over there. They need Jesus. They need new. Well, that's crazy. Well, that was crazy, guys. Ooh. You guys should be able to hear me. No, I got totally just kicked off the internet. Someone's not happy with my work. Like literally just got booted from the internet. It's not even possible. All right. All titles. It's loading up so I can show you. Oh, there we go. All right, here we come. All right. So over here, let me see what it looks like over there. I'm gonna make the right there. Hold on. There it is. Back it up. Right there. I'll zoom in. Don't worry. All right, so down over here where this green roof is over here, that's Brian Drake's. Now, see that car that just drove past? SUV right there? See how it puts its brakes on? Okay, watch what it does. Watch this. Zoop. About to turn in there. See? Right there? See that two-tone? Now check this out. Comes around just like Paul says. So that's 6:15 and 56 seconds. Comes around and watch what happens. You can see somebody walking right here. Just so you know. And then make this bigger. And then right here, you're going to see Paul JACOBSON's truck come out right there. I'll zoom in. You can see it's about to turn. Wind it down. So you can watch it pull out. See right here? 6:16 and 57 seconds. And they had just pulled in at 6:16 and 20 some seconds. Here's his car though. His truck just pulls out right there. And here he comes right here. It was the one before that. Not that one. Oh, does the white truck come out first? All right, it's after the P. It's after the PT Cruiser. There's people walking right there. Right there. Right by that. See that? And then that vehicle that Eldora's, so Eldora takes 2 vehicles to go there. And like I said, we'll back it out. And then Isaac's car goes across a couple different times. Bonner's Ferry Police right there. And then just to make sure that I was right, I checked it on the other side. The Liberty. And I'll show you guys a little clips. Hold it on, back far enough. So yeah, that's far north right here. This is Drake's. That's the drive-through in between those 2 buildings right there. Or you can go in right before it and you come around this way, which is on this side of far north. And see the brakes coming on here? That's Eldora's niece. Right there. So you can see it's a 2-tone truck. And to prove it, back up just a little more. This is the liquor store. There it is. Bingo. See right here, this hubcap? That hubcap is way more black than all the other ones. That's how I landed up. The person that's driving it has a white shirt on with that hubcap. And this is that 2-tone. Now, if you remember Isaac Funderburg's statements, he said there was an older SUV that was dark, like a darker SUV. He's like, I don't know if it was like green, dark green, if it was black. But it was in the last Schwab parking lot. Sure as shit, and it jets right across, just like he fucking said. And that's what he sees at 6:30. Unbelievable. So, and that vehicle goes right to Drake's. It's an Explorer, old one, yep. And then what it does is here, I can fast forward, but let me just move this so you can see. it turn. And so Paul Jacobson's still back there. This is the vehicle that Eldora's niece is in. Would love to know, there could also be somebody else in there. We'll just say that. Turns in, and then Paul Jacobson gets a great look because, like I said, they all, like back over there, it's really tight. And so, like, you can, if you're walking your vehicle, people are getting out of their vehicles. But that vehicle, that green Explorer, whatever. So what happens here is Paul comes out. You can see people are on foot over here. You can see them walking. You can see people walking. Right there. All those people together right there. So fucking obvious. Right here. After that car. It's that truck right there. This one. See how it had like, it's got like, it's like the grayish kind with the bar on top. Right there. And then I showed that to Paul, said, yep, that's my truck. That's my truck, proving that that's who he crossed. And then, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it like that. So then, yeah, that's Paul Jacobson. He's coming out of Drake's, and that was the SUV that was going, that they crossed paths. And then we see that SUV at 626, 647. And guess what happens on 647? That's the air. That's the other car that catches air back there. And yeah, it's going to be lit as a tit. It's going to be lit as a tit. So, and then if you want to see Eldora's vehicle, she goes there at 6:03. This is her right here. Right there. Okay, watch this vehicle here. 6:03. There she is. Let's see if I'm money. Yep, blinker goes on. Look at where she goes. She pulls all the way up. Look at to where the drive-through is, and she see. Mm-hmm. There's Eldorsky and her little fucking pilot. Look at this though, right here. See this right here? Watch this vehicle. There's a truck right there. Right here, it's a truck. Watch. See that? Right here. Just chilling up on the side. Right there. See that person run across right there? Fucking people were out all over the place over there. This is the white truck that was over there. And then look at what they do so I can't catch the plate. It's missing. I needed that plate. And then sure as shit, when it comes right here to turn, they cut it. It's missing. It jumps. If you pay attention, like right here, you get dizzy off of it, but you can catch when cars are going across. See right there, those are lights. Someone just pulled in. See right there? Back it up. And you can see which way it came from. Watch right here. And watch what happens. Right after this car passes. Oh. See right there? This car. It's a red car. Right up in there. It sits there for a minute. There's our guy. I bet you he knows what happened that night. Where you at, boy? Where you at, boy? Where you going? Where you going? He's like, fuck out of here, Lana. Anyways. But yeah, you have to, right there, you just have to pay attention to what cars are going across and what the timestamps are. And at between 6:25 to 6:55, it is fucking off the hook what's going on over there. That's when all that shit's going down. You could see. And then we have the other angle. So here's like the Liberty camera side. And so you could see when you're passing cars off. So like when you have two cars behind each other, you should be able to pass like this white car. All right. Let's say there was a black car behind it. Like I would know those two cars are together. If not, then they had to turn off. There's only two spots to turn off. And then you have to go check the other camera to see, boom, are they there? And so to prove that Eldora's niece stayed back there for 10 minutes, I waited and then I fast forwarded it. So, I mean, I have to watch it all, but then I was able to pin her down to some times. Like, it's just like 6:07. So she gets there, like I said, 6:13. But then at 6:20, 6:25, 6:23. Right there. See that car right there? Isaac. Watch. I'll back out. See, it's going to get like. Right, they go back far enough. Right there. Then 625. The ambulance. I want to know what that call was for. Right after the ambulance. Watch this. We're going to see a nice little truck come out here. Right there. Here it comes. See right here? It's sitting there waiting. Still sitting there. You can see its lights right here. There it goes, pulls out. And it goes across the street, y'all. And then it comes back around and we catch it on Liberty. And then we catch it again at 6:47. And that's exactly what Isaac said was going on at the Les Schwab parking lot, was that fucking old school SUV. And now I know that old school SUV has none other than Eldora's fucking niece and somebody else in there. Because you can go straight across kind of. And that's the Les Schwab parking lot, which is right next to so if you guys want to see the overview now of it, I can show you. Let me stop this. And so I have a ton of angles I can work with. When I find what I need, then I can track it down, and then I can move the camera angle, back it up, and get the pictures I need. See, a car just went across. See there? Right there. Back in there. See right there? Right there. And that's actually going to be right in front of the Mountain Springs Church because they didn't go all the way back over there. But if you guys want to see Google Map style, Eldora, get yourself a lawyer. I guess I could show you this person who I think is interesting. Let me back out a little bit. Or I told you that woman. Check this out. See right there? The person. Here comes. She's gonna come from right here. There she is. There she glows. Okay. There she goes. It's a female. I want to know if that's Stephanie Butler. Stephanie Butler fucking strutting up and down this. I get dizzy. Oh yeah, trust me. When you stare at it too long, you get dizzy. See that red car? That red car's of interest. That red car is working in concert with the Explorer. No doubt about it. I got you, Eldora. Eldorski, I knew. You little chatty Cathy. You little chatty Cathy, you. But let me show you what it looks like over there. If you use Google Maps, so you guys can take a look. They're fucking with the wrong time of the crime. All what they're doing is just pathetic. But I just played Jacobson's interview. Exactly what he says, that SUV comes in, he's not just going to make this shit up. And 6, 8, 11. So if Jennifer Drake wants to have some words with somebody, call up your girl, Eldorski. She has lots to tell you there, Jennifer. Okay. But I'm sure you probably already know about it. But if not, if I just have a wild imagination, there you go. Go to town. What the hell is this thing doing? Thank you. All right. All right, so what we're looking at, just so you guys can see, right here, this is the bank. Move this. I'll twirl us around. Okay. Right here, bank. So Columbia Bank, right here. Brian Drake's. So when we're looking at this, that's that drive-through. So there's a camera like right here. This is that angle. So like when you're looking, this is like the back parking lot. That's probably way far away. So let me zoom in. Was I muted that whole time? Fucking A. So, all right. Zoom in. You guys see how this is like a wonky little, like, this is Les Schwab. Give us a different angle. All right. This is that drive-through. People park back here. This is where Brian Drake's vehicle was. But right here is the parking. So if you're like coming across to go like straight across there, or if you're like, it's just going to be a little bit of a diagonal, but so when they're parked like this, right? He could kind of come out and go like that, or kind of come out and then go like that. And I have him doing it. Oh, well, that's great. I just fucking talked all that time for nothing. Oh, beautiful. All right, guys. What I was saying here is this is Dr. Moore's Liberty, and this Liberty, there's two cameras, and the one, they cut it off 30 seconds because you see Dr. Moore walking up to his truck this way. And so they have to cut the camera 30 seconds, so that's missing. Again, this is Dr. Moore's. What was. This is the coroner's. This was the funeral home. This is where he was. And for you to just step outside and use the key fob to see if the lights will flash on a truck, to see if the guy brought your truck back, and see if it's there. And to do that, that's why the lights are flashing. It's so fucking obvious. And then it happens again. Well, at first it happens because the guy locks the vehicle, then puts the key fob on the tire. And then Dr. Moore had two because he had just gotten that truck, so he gave him one of his. And then this guy, after he leaves him his truck, he goes walking that way. And they're trying to say that that's Moore. It's like, no, motherfucker. He's coming from over here to get his truck. And it would be clear as day on camera, but Leslie and all you motherfuckers deleted 30 minutes or the last 30 seconds of that clip. So you can go ahead and explain that because it's gone. And so it's going to look really bad. And it already does. So, and none of this matters because none of this time's right. Like, this is so much later than when the fucking all this shit happened. And I think that I think it's rather interesting how we catch Eldora in this lie. Let me tell you what happens here. And the state doesn't want to talk about it because it's so bad. Here's Eldora's fucking ass. She's right here, okay? She's in the building, she says right here. She says that she comes out, gets in her vehicle. She goes to back out like this, and then she was going to just go like this to leave. But she backs out like this, and she's like, oh, there's a white truck that's like right here blocking it. So I'm just going to back like this and then come out this way and then go like that, okay? Well, Eldora, you're a fucking liar because you back out and then you go like this, all right, sugar tits? Not because there's a white truck here, because there is no white truck there. But it's really interesting, Eldora, that 60 seconds after you leave, Eldorski, there is a white truck that comes and stops here for like 17 seconds. How would you know that, though? Because you had already left, sugar tits. Oh, that's right. You guys have two vehicles there. Or somebody told you. You guys want to see it because it's so fucking awesome. Eldora, you got caught, girl, and I caught you. I caught you, girl. Isaac Funderburg's the eyewitness. He's the one that said that it was basically identified Keiko Cohen as Zara. All black, gray vest. Unbelievable. But Eldora is just a little fucking liar. Eldora's blaming Paul JACOBSON. Oh my God, yeah, that guy was so mean when he left. He was so mad. And then she's like, oh, I think Jennifer needs to be looked into. And then Jennifer's sister's like, Jennifer's so naive. Dude, they're just all blowing each other up. What is wrong with all these people out there? Oh, yeah. And then what else do we have over there? Eldora's just a little liar. You have the cops just swarming the area. Like, and then you guys, come on. If if the address was given, like Jennifer gave on the 911 call, why does not one officer go to actually the address that Jennifer Drake gave? What the fuck? Jennifer, why aren't you suing the police? I mean, you said 6811. 6811, 6811. They put it in, but yet none of those officers go to 6811. Can you explain that? Can you explain how you're not pissed about that? How's that Dan Moore's fault? Do they have naked hot springs locals? What? Nudist camps? I don't know. Where were they going when they were going the wrong way? Who's going the wrong way? I just seriously cannot believe that these cops literally tried to make this like fit. I mean, and then there's cameras. There's cameras all over the far north. And then let me ask you this, guys. Let's be real for 1 second. Let's even say that somebody did this fucking stupidity of stupidity, okay? And you want me to believe that here we have this amazing property right here. And you're going to sit here and tell me that I'm going to walk out on this main street when I have all of this area back here to like, why would I ever come up out of here, okay, and just be walking up on this main street? You never would. That has to be the stupidest shit you would ever do in your life, okay? And I'm gonna be in this drive-through right here, and I'm gonna shoot out this window, and I'm just gonna have the most amazing shot of a lifetime that like it literally kills this man in 5 minutes or less. Through a closed blind, and then, I mean, don't you think I'm putting myself out there? Like, this is his vehicle. Why wouldn't I do stuff behind here? You guys, this building has cameras all over it. That building has cameras all over it. Like, no way. Unless you knew that you're going to be able to be protected and that, oh, hey, we'll just bury the cameras. You would never, there is a drive-through camera. There is a back right here camera. You're going to go up to the window that's directly across from the drive-through camera and shoot somebody through that? Are you going to be fucking dumb as balls to do that? Okay? Not only that, you're going to sit here and tell me that Dan Moore, okay, Dan Moore decides to get in his truck, drive it down here, come this way, come like this, come like this, come like this through here, come back around here, literally like this. I'll come out here like this, be seen on 17 cameras, okay? Then go slow, pass it up, and then pull into right here, sit here for 2 minutes, okay? Then I think I'll just drive around again, like this. Come on back down here, come back over here, come like this, come like this, come right here. And now this time, I'm going to come out like this. And you know what? I'm going to turn to the far north. I'm going to come back around here. And then I'm going to come to the drive-through. And then I'm just going to stop right here at the end, right here at the tip, for 19 seconds. Just sit here. Seconds. And then I'm going to decide, all right, now let me come back around here, come out here. Now I think I'm just going to go leave, turn here, go back down to mix. Hey, yo, you think can I get some ibuprofen or some like Imodium or some shit like that? Okay, yeah. Okay, wait, but that doesn't make sense because my truck though was over here when it started. Oh, that's because that's right. I just park it here. That's right. I just park it here. Then the person gets out of the truck, and then there's, again, that's right, 30 seconds is missing after the truck is parked here. Then it sits there for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And then, but there's the 30 seconds missing. And then they say, yeah, we see a figure walking. We see a figure walking. And it's you, Dan, it's you. Because then you walked back over here. And you went up to the window now. Meanwhile, when Dan would have been making these loops, there's people still there, but okay. Now this person allegedly, and they're saying it's Dan, walked back down here, came like this, came back to this alley, came over here, walked up to this window, shot it out, okay, and then came back down over here, decided, I'm not going to go this way down the alley. I'm going to come back around here, be in the bushes, come up out of here, and then come up the main street, and then cut across like this, and then get in my truck. And then go back down to mix, hang out for a couple minutes, then leave. But I didn't come this, I'm going to go this way home and come back around here. Down around here, some shit. That's the state's case. The state says that Dan Moore was circling the place, just like 1122 King. So I'll walk you guys through that one last time. This is what they say he did. Dan comes over to his friend Nick's at 601, turns down this road, and parks his vehicle over here, hanging out at his buddy's house, Then at 7:13, Dan was like, let me just get the fuck up out of here. I'm going to go murder Brian Drake. So I'm going to come take my truck, okay? And I'm going to come down Hillside Alley this way. And then I'm going to turn right here and then I'll be on El Paso here. Then I'm just going to go all the way down to right about here. Okay. So boom. Oh, see this St. Anne's Catholic Church? Oh, the state's going to have a huge problem. Come like this. Come like this. Come like this. And then I'll pass it up, and then I'll just park, I'll just pull into this glass shopping area, or this glass parking lot right here, glass shop, which is like right next to the, sit here for 2 minutes. And then Eldora, this is when Eldora is backing out and leaving. Okay, there's no white truck there. Then all of a sudden, okay, I think I'm gonna make another loop, come down around here. And this time I'm going to cut through here, come back down around here, come back over here, come like this. And I'm going to make my right. And then when I get right here to the far north, I'm going to turn in right here. And I'm going to come around, use the drive-through. And I'm going to pull through the drive-through. And I'm going to stop right here at the edge. and sit here for 17 seconds. And then I'm going to kind of like put my truck parallel, I guess. And then sit there for a couple more seconds. And then, okay, I'm just going to leave. And I'm going to come out like this. Come back up the main road. And then I'm going to park at my office right here. And then I'm going to then poof the Liberty camera. Poof. They're having some glitching. I'm going to get out of the vehicle. Okay. I'm going to lock it. Click, click. Lights flash. And then now I'm going to on foot walk all the way back through here. Come back over here. Walk, walk, walk. Cut through. Right here. Cut through. Here's Drake's. This is Drake's. And then I'm going to come right up back to where the drive-thru is. And I'm going to blast through the window. And then I'm going to not like run back this way, like so no one can see me. I'm going to then, I don't know, come back around the building, go up the side of the building, and then come out on the main street, walking it, and then run to the glass shop over here, zigzagging, and then come hit my lights to come back to the truck, get into the truck, and now drive over to Mix, hang out there for 5 minutes, and then, okay, I'm going to head home. What the fuck? Sorry, I just don't believe it. Wait. And this is after Jen Drake is over here doing what? Seeing red? So what do you guys think? Would you believe if you were a juror? Would you believe it? Oh, wait. Let me just throw in a little kicker here. You couldn't see the pointer? Oh. Well, maybe next time, Tony. Next time. I just don't think I believe this. Oh, but let me ask you this. If you could get into your office, because your like keys, you actually had them, and there was like a shower in your office and you could change clothes and, I don't know, scrub the fuck out of your hands so there's not like gunpowder residue all over them, wouldn't you maybe do that? I kind of think you would, wouldn't you? So I think that's going to blow up in the fucking state's case. All right. Anybody who had a goddamn half of a brain, if you had the opportunity to get out of the clothes that you were wearing when you committed a crime and shower and just hide out in your office, wouldn't you just do that? I would hide. I mean, yes, especially after a big poo. You guys, I'm dead over that. There is no possible way that Dr. Moore would ever shoot someone. Exactly. I think he would accidentally probably shoot himself if he tried to shoot somebody. But I could just tell you that if I have a damn office right there and it has a shower in that motherfucker and I could just hang out there, okay? Well, why the fuck wouldn't Dan Moore do that? The fuck are you talking about? Driving all over. it's not like he didn't know where his office was, right? If you're thinking he's going to kill somebody or try to, why would you drive all over like that? Let's get seen on every fucking. Oh, it's maybe because he wasn't driving. Maybe it's because it doesn't even matter about that time frame because that's not when Dr. Drake was killed. He wanted to prove that he'd get away with it. His dream is an incel. I mean, and the other thing is that this is Spawner's Ferry, okay? I think it's gonna come out that Dan Moore wasn't driving that truck, but more importantly, I think, is you guys need to get down your timeline, what time all this shit happened allegedly. But it's royally like you can't even prove a goddamn 911 call. But people in Bonner's Ferry, that's such like a small little area. People are driving all over it like all the time. Like all the time. And you're like using back these little cutback alleys, like it's just like but let me get this straight, you guys. Let me just get this straight. You guys do know that he has an alibi witness, right? He was with the goddamn coroner, and the coroner took a polygraph, and he passed the polygraph. Well, let me ask you a question. Why are you polygraphing the goddamn coroner? Why didn't they ask more if he'd take a polygraph? You want to know why? Because they knew he would pass it. That's why they couldn't even offer him one. Don't people normally offer people polygraphs and they see, why are you offering the damn coroner to take a polygraph? The alibi witness. But you don't offer the killer? Doesn't that just like blow your mind? That just blew my mind. I'm like, wait a second. Why are they giving Mick a polygraph? And he passes, even though they lie and try to say that he doesn't. Clearly passes with flying colors. But why didn't you ask Dan Moore if he would take a polygraph? He would have probably said yes, right? I think he would have said yes, but I think that they knew he would say yes, and they knew that they couldn't have him take one because they knew that he didn't fucking do it, and he's gonna pass that shit. So they can't offer him one. Do you guys see this? This is crazy. When have you ever heard of somebody think, okay, well, would you be willing to take a polygraph? They didn't ask Dan Moore that. Why don't you ask Jennifer Drake to take a polygraph? How about that? Yeah, Dan Moore is friends with the coroner. Yeah, that's Mix. He was at his house. Literally at his house, the scanner came in and said there was shots fired. And the coroner, Mick, is like, he didn't leave my house until after the scanner. So, like, him leaving, even if you think that he left, came back. Yeah, the first time he left, like, Dan, and he passes it all. He's like, he was with me. He didn't shoot anybody. He was with me. Okay? And they're like, you're lying for him. You're lying for him. He takes a polygraph, passes the fucker, like, boom. They tell Dan Moore, well, we got Mick in there, and he just failed his polygraph. It's like, why didn't you polygraph Dan Moore? I'm telling you guys, why didn't they ask him? Because they knew he could, like, that he would have passed. These motherfuckers knew he didn't do this. I said that Jen Drake takes a polygraph. You think she would take a polygraph? Doubtful. I think Eldora Gatchel should take a polygraph. Why don't you ask all these people to take polygraphs? Let's just see what happens. I have a video of Eldora Gatchel, by the way. On top of fucking Mount Rushmore or some shit. I don't even know. It's something in Hawaii. The radio call was after the poo, I think. No, it was before all that. Wait till you guys see what time this first 911 call came in. Why do you think they can't produce Isaac Funderburg's? They did a tower dump, okay, of all the 9 or any call between 7 and 8. Why aren't you using the tower dump to show how Isaac Funderburg's 911 call was that came in at whatever time you're saying? Why aren't you showing that on the tower dump? Because it's fucking not there, you guys. Do you understand that? We can't even use it. Why aren't you guys using the tower dump? Oh no. Oh, what? What's the problem? What's the problem? Where's the Verizon tower dump? What's up? What you got? You got nada, don't you? They couldn't even introduce a 911 call at the preliminary hearing. You want to know why? Because it would be prosecutorial misconduct. Isn't that crazy? Think about that. When is the last time you guys went and listened to a trial and the 911 call wasn't introduced? Have you ever heard of such a thing? Wait, why can't we introduce a 911 call? Well, because then it would totally out like what time this all really happened. How could I call 911 before an event would ever happen? You can't, right? But it's Jen and Eldora's words. Brian was alive. We left. We were just patients and we left. Yep. And then Brian's on the phone with Jennifer, and it's Jennifer's word that Brian doesn't get shot until 7:26, right when I was about to hang up, And so they're timing up this murder, and they're going off of Jennifer Drake's word and what time she hung up the phone. The 9-minute, 15-second phone call. That's how these detectives are determining what time Brian Drake was shot. You got to be absolutely kidding me, right? Well, if Jennifer Drake hung up and called 911 right away, why can't we go for that? Oops. Can we? Oops. These are the same people that are working the Idaho 4 case, you guys. And maybe that's why I'm so strongly, with my strong convictions, Jennifer, that Idaho State Police are inept. I need to call and get my timeshare though. Hold on one second. And last but not least, Jennifer. I'm sure she's probably just having a glass of wine right now, listening. I just have one last thing to say, Jen. I want to know why your man. Hold on one second. I guess I'll get my. Hold on. I want to know why your man wrote you this. Because it's funny. It's funny to me. That is not kind. No, it's kind, all right. God. Okay, there it is. I'm so pissed that Jennifer Drake hasn't asked me on a date yet. All the goody gumdrops I'm just giving her. Sorry, honey. Very busy afternoon and evening. I bet he was pretty busy, baby. Yeah, she won't stop talking long enough to actually listen. I just gotta say, Jennifer, sorry, very busy afternoon. So right here, the cops would have known, holy shit, he's lying to her. It's all right here in black and white. And she's over there just taking care of the kids and building tents and, all that wood. And where's our fucking bug spray, Brian? We're over here. Our kids are bitten up because of you fucking bastard. Okay? God damn you, Brian. And you better have Marco Polo'd your mother. You hear me? I went 14 miles the wrong way. Side of the lake. Back on track now. I went 14 miles the wrong side of the lake. How do you do that? How do you go 14? 14 miles is a long way, Brian. Okay? You drove 28 miles extra, Brian. Okay? Okay. Were you just circling that lake? I went 14 miles the wrong way. Ugh. I'm back on track now. Back on track. I'm sorry, Mike. This is hilarious. He's like, hey guys. It's 3 simple steps, guys. Let's all practice this really quick. All right. Okay, get an offer on your timeshare in 3 simple steps. You got it? I want you guys to list it 7 days a week. We're at it, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard. So we're good to go. You know, fixed week. Do you want some points? Do you want, usage? That's what you got. Let's go. Let's get on this timeshare. Driving by faith. Jen. What are we going to do, Jen? Don't worry, Jen. I'll come visit you in prison. I'm just kidding, Jen. I don't think you're going to prison. I think you need to have a serious talk with Eldora Gatchel. I think you need to ask her what the hell she was doing with all those vehicles back there. Oh, and I went and pulled up the 2020 middle school basketball schedule. Okay, so this is the day of the breaking of the leg. Tuesday, February 4th. See that? The games is it started at 4. Jen, I had a really hard time understanding how long do those games last? Because why are you taking a screenshot or a picture at 6:25 p.m. of a game that would have started at 4 if it's like a 7th or an 8th grade game? I think it's 7th grade. You do know that those games maybe last an hour and 15 minutes, right? So do they do like 7th and 8th grade back to back over there? So I'm getting some clarification from the assistant principal. He's helping me to see if the scheduling was back to back times, how that all worked out. But there is no way in hell that you'd be able to take a picture of the scoreboard at 6:25 p.m. And thinking that if a game started at 4, like that game would have been over way before that. So, John, I'm just on top of it every which way. But this day is really important, John, because this is the day that Brian got his leg bashed in. And Brian's cleared his schedule, except for, Val Burgess. Val. Val Burgess and Wimmy were his last patients that day. And so he was done at 3. So what time do you think that Brian slipped and fell, by the way? Would it be because he had to make this game? That's the whole reason he got out of work early. He was going to make this game. So wouldn't you think that Brian's slip and fall would be between, 3 and 3:30? Chapping people's asses. No, but they'll pressure you into sharing your place. You get a free hotel stay at the hotel if you listen to the timeshare offer. You do? I love it here. Yeah. I just want to know how everyone's friends with Jennifer Drake and Hayden over there. Does any of this stuff bother you guys? Do you guys still invite her to come and hang out? How do none of Brian's friends come forward and say, okay, there actually is some stuff that I know? Yeah, actually, on a couple of these dates, now that I think about it, she wasn't where she said she was, or something like that. I just, what the fuck is wrong with you people? You covering for her? Brian Drake was murdered. Do any people care that call yourselves Christians out there? Keep running and praying to the Lord, right? It's unbelievable. Everybody answers to Jen. They go through her. Obstruction of justice is a real thing, you guys. I think Eldora and her niece obstructed justice. Start slapping these motherfuckers with obstruction of justice. Lying. Oh, Christians, babe. You know, since we're talking about it, what's his name? He's a really good. Let me go to. Where's my girl Nancy? I want to hear her interview one last time. Yeah, Brian texted me. He wanted me to like rub his balls. I bet he did. How awful is that? Can you imagine that? If you heard that interview, what? They'd be like, what is going on around here? My husband said, what to you? The fuck he did. Yeah, I just think he could rub my balls. Absolutely not. Oh, here. I only want to see if, where's that one? It's on this one. I can't remember. Oh, fucking A. No. Gotta remember. Maybe this one. Oh, here. Nope. What the hell's going on around here? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Okay, it is currently started in, I think, 2015. Okay. And I worked 3 years, then I quit for a year and went back and worked at the assisted living center here across from the hospital, and then I came back a year later.
Okay, so when is the last time you worked at the deli?
Last November.
What, November of 19?
19.
Okay, and is that when's the last time you saw Dr. Drake?
The last time I saw him was, I can't even tell you. I think it was in, so I have a crappy memory now, it's my age. I think it was probably maybe in the fall.
Of last year?
Yeah.
2019?
Or maybe in the summer, something like that.
Okay.
Oh my God, what if it was August 1st?
What do you know about Dr. Drake?
Well, I did know while I was having interactions with him how prolific he was about. I heard all of that later.
About what?
His interactions with other women.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know he was active like that.
You didn't know he was active like that? You're talking about like affairs?
Yeah.
Or, okay, where did you hear that?
Where? Well, from you guys for one.
The other detective said he was having some affairs?
Well, just was pretty obvious.
Oh.
Maybe I'll just connect.
Nancy just calling out the popo. Well, for one, you guys, you're telling people that Brian's a major whore. You guys, what is going on here?
To the dogs.
Oh.
But people in the community, I heard it in passing after he got shot
Oh, God.
by a couple of people,
Cough it up.
and it did surprise me.
Did you know have you heard of anyone specifically that he had an affair with or any
No,
kind of sexual
never.
relations with? You just heard the rumor that
Mm-hmm.
he did. And what do you mean it didn't surprise you about it?
Well, he was super good looking and a flirt.
He's a flirt.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you guys were good friends. Did you like talk often or just good friends from him coming to the deli all the time?
Yeah, coming in the deli all the time, and we would text each other once in a while, flirting,
Okay.
talking.
Was that very often that you would text? No.
I fucking love Nancy's interview. This interview is on fucking fire.
Do you know anyone that would want to hurt Dr. Gray? No? Nothing you
Wish I did.
Yeah. So we no rumblings about anything in the community or anything like that. What about, how would you, I mean, you kind of already dabbed into this, but how would you describe his character just as a whole?
He was very charismatic, very friendly, playful, obviously, flirty. Just all around nice guy.
Did you, just based on what you know of him, did you ever, or your interactions with him, did you ever suspect any kind of drinking issues or drinking as an alcohol issues or drug issues or
Not-
infidelity
not-
based on what you knew?
Okay, not drugs and not infidelity. Although that was pretty obvious when, he's flirting back and forth. And then the last text I got, I'm sure you read that off the last report, which was, he texted me back in the last time I heard from him, which is probably end of summer, something like that. Because I delete all my text, I always have. He said that his balls were aching and he wanted a hand job. Could I help him out?
I can't believe this. He wanted a hand job. His balls were. I'm sorry. He wanted a hand job. Hey, can you help a guy out? My foot's gonna get bashed in about 6 months. But I was wondering, can I borrow your hand? Thanks. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is the best content ever. Oh shit. You guys, this is serious. This is a real police interview. I want to know where is the rest of Nancy's shit? Nancy provided a report and she gave you the text messages. I want to see those text messages right now. Okay.
Was that normal? Normal conversation for you guys?
No,
Has he ever said anything like that to you in the deli?
no,
No.
not face to face.
Did you respond?
I did. I said, do you really think it would end there? And then that was basically the end of the conversation.
Did
He
he,
signed off.
he didn't respond back?
I don't
You
really
don't
know,
remember?
but he didn't, that was it.
And this was on text message? Just normal text message or a messaging app or anything like that?
I have no idea about that. I just do a normal
Like on an iPhone text or something?
Yeah, he had an iPhone, I'm sure.
Okay.
He's an iPhone.
And did you go through with it? No.
You know,
Did you see him or talk to him after that at all?
No, I didn't, but the girls saw him in the deli. I mean, the girls that work in the deli saw him. It was very infrequent after that. After that last text,
This is why.
he didn't come in very often. Not as often as he used to. And, the one gal that knows him, there's a lot of new girls in the deli now. She saw him a few times after that, but very infrequent.
Where did you say that was? The text?
I don't know. I wish I wouldn't have. I'm thinking maybe the end of the summer.
Wait,
Like that.
ask her to download her phone, you dumbass.
Describe the interactions you
These
had
people
with
not
him
know how
at
to
the deli.
operate.
Like, what would he buy? How much would he buy? What kind of were the conversations about?
He was flirty, just not you want to go out or anything like that, but just flirty, back and forth, bantering and stuff. The first time he came in, he ordered a bunch of stuff. I knew there was enough stuff there for like 4 people to eat, and I called him on it because I knew what he was up to. And because I had to turn around to get the styrofoam containers to put his food in. So I'm sure he was trying to check me out. I'm old enough now, I can figure that one out. And he turned beet red and smiled.
I knew he was trying to check me. I'm freaking dead, you guys. This is my favorite interview of the Brian Drake case. Oh my God. Nancy, go girl. I mean, I'm old enough to know he was totally
Said, well, he would eat the rest of it the next day, but he knew that I knew what he was up to.
What do you mean you knew what he was up to? Explain that.
Well, when somebody is flirting back and forth, so to speak, you're getting along good in your conversation, and he's good looking. We were talking about the zodiac signs, talking about his wife's sign, and, which is a very head-butting relationship.
Oh, shit. Did you guys hear that? Their zodiac signs is a very head-butting relationship. What's Brian's?
Just the bantering, the normal bantering that 2 people do, male and female. Flirty kind of stuff.
So you knew that he was gonna go back and get another woman, or
No. I always, when he came in, he would get his food, and somewhere in the conversation when we first met, he said he stayed. He explained what he did. He got done for the day, came in, got something to eat, went back to the hotel and stayed there. And then the next morning, he would go to Troy and Libby and then come back. And that was Monday. And then, I don't know, I think maybe Tuesday he might have done.
I don't even know. I want to know if Brian could practice in Montana. Do you have to have like a different license to do that? Like, I just thought about that.
Some more in Bonner, Surrey. I'm not sure about that, but then I know that he came back Thursdays and did the same thing.
same thing as in
Same
going
routine. Yeah.
to Montana the next day? Did he? And he said specifically he was staying at the Cootee River Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say if he was gambling or meeting up with anybody, or just he stayed there?
Yeah, he just said that he stayed at the Cootee River Inn, but he never mentioned, I assume he gambled. I worked there for a year in the casino, and just, he never mentioned it, but I'm sure he did. And to answer your previous question, he always got wine after he got his food in the deli.
You saw him actually getting wine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the wine is straight down the aisle of the store by the registers, and you can see people
You guys,
in the wine.
this is how I know he was buying the wine for a female. Okay. He's drinking his vodka. Okay. And he's getting the girl the wine. All right, y'all. Come on, man.
Section.
And he typically got a lot of food, or he typically got,
Just that first time.
oh, then he got kind of a normal portion size?
Yes.
That's what I was kind of, when you said you called him on it, what do you mean by that?
Well, he was checking me out every time I turned around.
Oh, so that's what you meant by, you
Yes.
order a bunch of food, you turn around and you can, oh,
Yeah.
that's where I was confused, because like she said, was he buying for
He was buying enough for an army, but no, it was just that first meeting, and then I called him on and he got really red, so he knew that I knew what he was up to.
Did you notice if he wore his wedding ring?
Sometimes he didn't, sometimes he didn't.
And you noticed that?
I noticed that right off the bat.
Specifically that
Yeah.
he would sometimes?
First time he came in, he did. And then,
Would you guys talk about his wife or kids, or what did you
well,
tell
I asked him what his sign was. I asked him everything, you know, that's kind of a, you know, when you meet somebody that's married and they're kind of, you know, acting like they're maybe hitting on you, I always go into the wife and kid thing to redirect.
Okay,
Okay, no more questions.
are you familiar with that area around his office at all? To where you would recognize if any suspicious people or vehicles happen to be in that area the weeks prior to the shooting?
No, when I drove by, I always, he used to, I think there at the end he drove a white SUV, something like that. But he used to drive a kind of a navy blue, I can't remember what it was, if it was might have been a Chevy pickup and it had a, what do you call those things, visor on it, over the windshield. And if I drove by during the day in my travels and stuff, I always glanced over there, you know, he was there, we'll note that. But towards the end,
Did you, kind of back to the Super One thing,
Why don't you guys go get
is
cameras?
there a point where he kind of stopped going to Montana where he may have mentioned it? No, so you just
he never mentioned, I never asked him, it was only, you know, like in the moment when he was there, we wouldn't talk about anything else, just, you know, like, you know, I'd say, how was your day? It was fine, period. You know, long days, because he put in long days. And, but, you know, it was the first time that he told me his routine, and so I just assumed, okay, whatever, you know, next day he's going in, so, or over to Montana, but it was always just in the present.
Okay. You probably don't remember what your last conversations were with him at the deli, besides the text message conversations. But nothing, never got you really red flags from him or anything.
What?
He was
That's pretty
flirt,
red.
He was good looking, but nothing.
No, you know, I always got that, we both got it, because I think he probably needed it just as well for whatever reasons he had, but the full body hug.
What? Full body hug.
Nice.
I'm not sure
Well, normally,
what exactly.
I know the other girls were always jealous. Normally when you hug somebody, I don't want to embarrass you, but if you have big boobs, you kind of tuck those in and lean forward a little bit because you don't want the contact there, because that's what men like. And I've had a lot of men try to do that. But his and ours were just full body contact, as much as you could without falling down, you know.
So like the
He's getting up.
like the whole body was like the groin was included in everything else,
Pretty much.
or it was just kind of a lean in and the
No, it wasn't a lean in. It was, he put his arms around my waist. I put my arms around his shoulders, because his shoulders were probably about to here. So it would have been too awkward just for the sake of a hug. No, you know, platonic it was easier for me to go over the top. So everything was,
Who initiated the hug? You or him?
we both did.
Is that normal to hug a customer? Or
Actually, I hugged a lot of customers. A lot of them were older folks because I took care of older folks. And I'm a very touchy-feely person anyways, and I'm very personable, and I just like hugging people. So I hugged lots of people, young, old. I had, you develop a customer base. I had little girls that would come in, and I still to this day, even though I don't see them in the deli, if I see them in the store, I have a little girl. She's probably 11 now. She comes up, and I grab her and I lift her off the ground. So, but I just knew that he was under a lot of stress. In our last conversation with Chris, I told him that I was a little bit psychic. I could tell you scores of stories about interactions from the other side. Well, the one when I got your text tonight. And I have the gift of discernment. So I can look at somebody, like if they're walking away from me or walking up to me, that was me.
I love you, Nancy.
I can tell what's wrong with them, if they're happy, sad, confused, whatever is going on in their head, I can read that. And when I saw him walking up to the deli,
Oh my God.
and I know Scorpios really well because
He's a Scorpio.
He was a Scorpio because I dated one for 5 years. I could read him, and most of the reading that I got was that he was extremely tired, weary, and lonely.
did you, had he had his back surgery yet when he was still going to the deli? I think it was around the time that you left the deli.
I think he said he did. I didn't even remember that until you said that. I think he said he did,
Or he was about to.
but I do remember him saying his back was bad. And he walked like it was. I think, what time did he have it? That would help me on a date.
I don't remember the date. I think it was the end of last year sometime that it happened. Or maybe not the end, maybe. I think it was after summer, but before fall.
See, that would have been around the last time I saw him. I wish I wouldn't have deleted all of his stuff. Well, I still have his number in my phone, but at the end of the day, I delete all my conversations. I don't know why it's a bad habit, but I got nothing else.
Well, now, if you were the police, wouldn't you be like, do you care if we download your phone? Because we could probably get those deleted messages. That'd be really helpful. No, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
I don't like the clutter in my phone. And I don't understand how, when people want to show you something in their phone, and I don't know how they keep all those conversations straight. Because, you have like 20, 30 friends. I don't know how they do it. I'm not on Facebook or anything.
Did you guys call, or did you two call each other, or was it always just via text?
Once in a while we would call each other.
To talk and just chat, or?
Oh, let me see if that's right or not. Maybe it was just texting. Yeah, I think once in a while we called each other, but it was maybe 3 or 4 times, maybe. I just did.
Wouldn't you want to make sure that you had the same number? Like, hey, what number do you have for Brian? See if he had a different cell phone number that he gave like people. I mean, just come on. Where are your brains, detectives? Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I feel comfortable with that. I mean, texting, same thing, I suppose, but texting's a little bit isn't as personal as a phone call.
Yeah. So just to kind of do the standard questions we ask everybody, where were you at on the evening of March 12th?
You never asked Jennifer Drake that. These are the standard questions we ask everybody, Nancy. Well, Nancy, just letting you know, they did not ask Jennifer Drake any of these standard questions.
between like 7 and 8?
In bed, I know that for sure.
In bed.
Yeah.
Do you live with anyone?
My normal routine is I get up at 3 a.m. I'm retired, but but I'm a workaholic, so I work. So I get up at 3 a.m. and I go down to usually the Super One, or Safeway, I'm sorry, at 6. I stop there because I'm a merchandiser. I work for Mission Chips and Tortillas.
She's a rock
I stop
star.
there for about an hour. That was before the shit hit the fan. So this was my normal routine. I'd stop there for an hour, go to Super One at 7, work there until about 9:30, 10ish. What day was that?
A Thursday.
Okay, so Monday and Thursdays are my load days, and so I don't get done at Super One and Safeway, because after I get done stocking everything, then I wait for like an hour because my merchandiser would come in at about 10:30 with all my stuff. We'd meet at Safeway, and I'd be there for about a half an hour putting my stock up after he checked it in. And then we would meet over at Super One, and I usually would be there, he'd check the stuff in and then take off to go to Montana. And I would probably be there for sometimes another hour to put stuff up, or maybe some stuff out on the shelf that was missing. And then after that, we would, Micah, one of the gals that works in the deli that I'm friends with, and one other gal, Lori, Lisa, when she was working during the day, we'd go out after work and usually go to the brewery and have a beer and eat lunch.
Is that where Chris saw you? Is it the brewery? Is that where you?
No. Yes, at the brewery. Yeah, he just happened to walk in. I thought they were going to kick us out because we were, socializing. Yeah.
Who's Chris? What the fuck are you talking about?
And then I would leave, we would all break up at like 4, usually 4. I had to leave because I live off grid, so I have to go home and chop wood and blah, blah, blah. And by 5 o'clock.
Give Jennifer drinks of that wood.
When it was starting to get dark, it was less light then. I'd pull my bed out, turn on Jimbo Hannon, and fall asleep. So I was always in bed by 6.
Okay. Do you own any firearms?
I do.
What type of firearms do you have?
I have a 357 Smith & Wesson and a 375 Winchester.
Do you know where they're at?
Yeah.
Okay. So no one's stolen them, basically, is what?
Oh no, I bought my 357 in Georgia, like back in the 70s, and this Winchester, I sold my first one, but this one I bought, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, something like that, but I haven't shot either one of them in years.
Okay.
They're crusty.
Did you know anything about the Hartman Financial?
The what?
The Hartman Financial, the business next door, in the same building as.
I thought it was a dentist.
That was the one up front.
Yeah, well, there was 3 of them?
Well, the dentist moved out and there was another Hartman Financial.
Okay, no, I didn't know anything about them.
And there's one other question I was going to ask.
Let her go off. She's about to go
Do you
off.
know Michelle Sanders at the deli?
Yeah.
Does she have, do you know anything about her interactions with Dr. Drake?
No?
Are you not a fan of her?
Wait, why aren't you asking fucking Michelle? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
She's a sociopath.
You're shitting me right now. She just called Michelle a sociopath. Lana, please back up. I need to hear again. Okay, listen up.
That was the one up front.
Yeah, well, there was 3 of them?
Well, the dentist moved out and there was another Hartman Financial.
Okay, no, I didn't know anything about them.
And there's one other question I was going to ask.
Here it comes.
Do you know Michelle Sanders at the deli?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about her interactions with Dr. Drake?
No?
Are you not a fan of her?
She's a sociopath.
Just with your experiences with her?
Yeah. And you can verify that through the other girls who work.
Jesus. And Don't you think you may want to go interview her now? No, we're fine. She's a sociopath.
Does she still work there? That you know of?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any further questions? Okay. Well, do you have anything else you want to add about Dr. Drake or?
Wait, you don't have anything that, like, why is she a sociopath? Like, just, no, she's a sociopath.
I do.
Okay.
I woke up, I think it was the next day I found out about him, that he got killed.
Oh, she has something else to share? Oh, interesting. One more time on that sociopath, because that was just so subtle. It was just like, God, that's so beautiful. Just no drama, just sociopath. So you can just ask the other girls, they'll tell you the same thing. Oh, Nancy, what the fuck? God, Nancy, you're the best.
Take us out because we were, have to go home and sleep. So I was always in bed by or something like that, but I haven't shot either one of them in years.
Mm-hmm.
Fidelity?
Yeah.
Does she have, do you know anything about her interactions with Dr. Drake?
No,
Are you not, not a fan of her?
she's a sociopath.
Just with your experiences with her?
And you can verify that through the other girls who work in the
Does she
job.
still work there? That you know of?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any further questions? Okay. Well, do you have anything else you want to add about Dr. Drake or?
I do.
Okay.
Jesus. I do. I have some more things I want to say. Let's hear what Nancy has to say.
Woke up, I think it was the next day I found out about him, that he got killed. And then a couple days after that, and this was before I talked to Chris, a couple days after that, I was laying in bed, woke up in the middle of the night, and I was trying to connect to him. And I got back.
She said I was trying to connect with. What the fuck is going on?
Telepathically, I'm sorry this happened. This is from him. I'm sorry this happened. And he wanted his wife to know that he was sorry that he wasn't going to be there for her.
The fuck he said that.
That's what I got back. It kind of surprised me.
Had you ever met his wife?
No.
No, you didn't know anything about her?
No.
Besides what you would say?
No, matter of fact, the picture in the paper was the first time I saw her.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful. But I've had a lot of stuff like that happen before. I was kind of surprised that actually came through. But then again, not, because I do believe that people, they talk to me from the other side, but the communication is always there.
Mm-hmm.
People are just too busy with everything to stop and listen.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was kind of interesting, but I'm certainly not going to communicate that to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'll leave that up to you guys. It's kind of,
Nancy, I took care of it for you. Wait a second. Brian spoke to her from the other side.
that's what I got back. It kind of surprised me. I woke up, I think it was the next day I found out about him, that he got killed. And then a couple days after that, and this was before I talked to Chris, a couple days after that, I was laying in bed, woke up in the middle of the night, and I was trying to connect to him. And I got back telepathically, I'm sorry this happened. This is from him. I'm sorry this happened. And he wanted his wife to know that he was sorry that he wasn't going to be there for her. That's what I got back. It kind of surprised me.
Why
Have
did,
you ever met his wife?
why did it surprise
No,
you?
you didn't know anything about her?
No.
Besides what you would say?
No, matter of fact, the picture in the paper was the first time I saw it.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful. But I've had a lot of stuff like that happen before. I was kind of surprised that that actually came through. But then again, not, because I do believe that people, well, they talk to me from the other side, but you know, the communication is always there.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are just too busy with everything to stop and listen.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was kind of interesting, but I'm certainly not going to communicate that to his wife. I'll leave that up to you guys, but it's kind of a drag.
Yeah, it's very,
It's kind of a drag.
it's a sad thing.
I always tell
Very
people,
highly of it.
yeah, I always tell people life's like an ocean. It's calm on top, but you don't know what's going on underneath.
Oh, for
Nancy's basically saying that might be come up top. You have no idea what's going on over there underneath. Shut the fuck up, Nancy. I'm gonna start using that. Life's like an ocean, right? Let me hear that one more time, Nancy. I gotta. God, wow, Nancy, you were just speaking to me tonight. Oh my God. This is the best. Nancy's closing us out here. Come on, Nancy. Why is it? Ah. Okay.
I'll leave that up to you guys, but it's kind of a drag.
it's a sad thing.
I always tell
Very
people,
highly of it.
yeah, I always tell people life's like an ocean. It's calm on top, but you don't know what's going on underneath.
Oh, for sure.
Teeming.
Everybody's life is like that.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else? Is that about Dr. Drake? No? Okay, at this time, I will shut the recorder off. It is 3:59 on April 1st. Okay, it's
Maybe that was an April Fool's joke for everybody. All right, guys. And that's where we're going to end. We're going to end with Nance. Nance really brings it, she brings it home for us. I actually have a, can you guys believe that Jennifer Drake wrote Nancy a letter? What a complete fucking psychopath. Why would you write her a letter? How do you even know who Nancy is? You don't know who Nancy is? Why would you write her? She was not a patient of Brian's. You guys don't owe her any money in case you paid for like 5 visits and never showed back up. What the fuck? Yep. Jennifer Drake wrote Nancy. How did you get Nancy's address? Ugh. Wow. I'm going to have to let Nancy know that Satan's coming to the floorboards over there. So she might want to, connect with the other side, see what's going on. All right, guys. Nancy, love this woman. Top 5 interviews ever, all time, true crime interviews right there. Nancy, no doubt, top 5 interviews. Like, hands motherfucking down. Top 5. I think what really did it for me is when she once said that Brian's balls were, you could roll it back, but I think she says it right here, that Brian's balls were sore and he wanted me to give him a hand job. Just comes out and tells the fucking police that. And you know what, guys? They don't do a damn thing about it. Talk to this Michelle woman. They don't talk to Michelle Anderson. Is that her name? Like, no filter, Nancy. Love it. Number 1 true crime channel right here. You know it. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the motherfucking best. All right, guys, on your way out, thumbs it up. Have a good night. Get some rest. Peace. Thank you, moderators. members, subscribers. Thank you. Good night.